All right, in this episode, we interview my mentor, Mike Laseca, and
what gets the lower half going?
Brent Porcio, Stephen Godani here, Mike Linsky. Once again, at Top Velocity Hashtag Pitch Tip Show here at the ABCA convention. Second day. What'd you think of the second day, Mike?
Man, I mean, just you thought the first day was the peak, and it just keeps going. We had how many big league guys we have come over here? It was amazing.
We had a couple. We had the DA in here. Wheatley in here. We had David Wells yesterday. Got to hang out with him. It was pretty cool.
But the amazing part is all these guys come up, and what I hear is they want to know it's just not a gimmick. What is the whole body? What does the whole body have to do? And that was a general consensus of what I heard here today is, hey, not only from the arm, but from the heels up to my fingertips, how does the body work? And you did it.
Yeah, we did. We've had a lot of supporters. It's really cool to see a lot of the coaches that have really. I mean, this is becoming a universal approach. So it's good to see a lot of coaches that are really on board and on the same page. It's pretty cool. What do you think, Steve?
Yeah, we got to talk to Oklahoma State's coach. I got to talk to Coastal Carolina's, I think, pitching coach for a little bit, and it's cool being able to throw our approach out there, explain what we do, and then have them come by and be able to show them what we're doing, and then get to talk to our pro athletes who are putting it into use right now. So,
all right, so let's take some questions. Here we go. First question. Hi, I'm Brent Porcio.
And I'm Mike Laseca.
And we're here today to cover the basic foundations of pitching. All right, we've got Mike Laseca. If you've watched any of my old videos, like from 10 years ago, I think.
More than that.
10 years ago, Mike Laseca, he was my mentor. He's the guy who really helped me when I really started developing myself physically through the Olympic approach to translate that to the mound, hip to shoulder separation, all the things that really started to encompass and develop Top Velocity. Mike was really the guy who pushed me and helped me really kind of become a thinker and a researcher and everything. So
and a preacher.
No, and a preacher, yes, a preacher. And a marketer. So it's good to have Mike here. So Mike, what do you think of the show? I mean, have you been to ABCA before?
This is the first time.
What do you think of the show? What do you think of, well, along with that, what's going on here? What do you think of the market right now?
My head hurts. There's too much information. But really what it comes down to is ideally using your lower half. I mean, it sounds stupid, it's repetitive, but it's about using your lower half. And
so where are you getting that? Just from us, or are you getting that from everybody?
Okay. Every little gimmick that I'm seeing with the bands and the medicine ball, all the things that there's the gimmicks, it's about trying to get them to use their lower half. And I can't, every clinic I'm going to, use the lower half, use the lower half. Kinetic chain, it's like, it's nonstop.
They're stealing our damn fire, Rich.
But
what's going on? They're going to wipe us out. We're going to be obsolete.
But we're changing the idea.
Yeah.
Again, I've been working with young kids for 30 years now, and everybody wants to throw, just use their arm. So I love that.
It's refreshing. So it looks like
what you've done is awesome.
Thanks to you.
To put it on the internet and to get the energy and to get guys to believe and to get coaches. Oklahoma State, 4 hours? Was he sitting here for 4.5 hours?
He's awesome. Coach Rob was amazing.
But still 4 hours. Does he have to spend?
Yeah, awesome. We taught shop for 4 hours. It was awesome.
There's 300 things he could have stopped. He's not here.
It was so cool.
There's a reason. Well,
thanks,
keep up
Mike.
the good work.
Hey, but Brent, there was one thing that, I mean, really people really talked about at the clinic, and if you could scan down to it, he wants you to scan down to it. This thing that Brett came up with, people just talked about it the entire conference. So, hey, there's no projection. That's how much this is changing, thinking out of the box. It's not up on the wall anymore. Projections are now on the ground. They're on the ground.
So, Stephen made fun of me.
Ground force, that's it.
Stephen made fun of me for projecting on the floor. He said I should project on the wall, but it's pretty cool.
I think it was a bad idea. But I'm just kidding.
So any questions you got for Linsky or for this this understanding? Do you think that's where it's going? Do you feel like there's a swing maybe to the lower half?
And I think the biggest correlation, and a lot of us coaches, what we do is we teach in word pictures because we're teaching, a lot of younger kids. And, we talk about a whip. And of course, the handle of the whip, going into the thickness of the whip to the little hairs out at the end. We know through a whip that you have to start it from the handle up. And that's what people are starting to understand. Now, hey, the upper body, this and that, when that force comes up there, it has to be strong enough to handle that force. However, the force doesn't come from here. It comes from the legs and the body.
Mike, give them some LASECA perspective on how you really coach to the youth. Like, for all the young kids watching this, like, what's the best way to start to incorporate more of the lower half?
I feel that our instincts are bad. Again, I'm going to say this as I've been saying for years. You watch a 5-year-old kid at a birthday party breaking a piñata. And I really think that's really what it stands for. They grab the stick and they whack it with their upper body. And all they want is candy. And they're going to whack it and whack it and whack it. But you're never going to see the lower half engage. Then you take the 50-year-old man who brings his son for a lesson and you give him a bat. Well, guess what? He looks like a 5-year-old. So the job is to figure out, even in hitting or throwing, it's how to incorporate the lower half.
So what little cues do you use? Little things, maybe a little snippet of what you do.
The part of it is visual. I mean, obviously we're very visual learners, and again, it just comes down, the kinetic chain word, whatever you want to call it. But it's, I don't know if there's one thing, but I just think for them to understand it, to me, if they understand what they're up against, they have a good chance of figuring it out.
So good. All right. Well, thank you, Mike.
Thank you. Awesome.
Appreciate it. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. You're coming tomorrow?
Yes.
All right. Cool. Let's just try one more question, maybe one more interview. All right. Once again, I thought I'd bring in Rich. What do you think of the second day here? What did you get out of it today? You meet any nice coaches? Any good
we got made
moments?
Some big team, big schools. We met David Wells. Actually, I was yesterday, but I just went over there and talked to him again. That's huge.
He's so cool.
Yeah, he was one of the trainers. And I know he's in with you guys. He loves your stuff.
That's awesome. So, any other big moments? Any other, good connections? What do you feel gets them to really understand the trainer, get to understand the play?
I think it's a combination of us two trying to get these people to understand. It's lower half first. Train the lower half first. When you train the upper hand, it's going to create more stress. So we want the lower half to work first before we get the upper body.
Do you think too, when they get on there, because I like how you put them on there and you get them just to drive and they kind of they feel that push and they hear that click. Do you think that kind of gets them engaged into what it does?
Yeah, it immediately tells them, or it gets them to understanding of how it's supposed to feel. Getting the lower half to work first.
That's so cool. So, I guess tomorrow we got another day.
Yeah, cool. This is gonna be a big one tomorrow. That's usually our best sales.
Did you take any time to walk around and see other
just
guys
a little bit, not too much.
What are you picking up different from this year as last year? Are there any big differences?
I don't think there's as many coaches for one thing. I think it's last year in Nashville was the biggest year yet.
Probably because they had the winter meetings right before. You think they did?
Yeah, I think that was a big part of it. I think it's a Midwest thing, and next year is Indianapolis, and that's a big one because we just reserved 2 more booths.
So do we get 2?
Yeah, we got 3 total, so we're going to do a bunch of new stuff.
All right, cool. So next year in Indianapolis?
Indianapolis, yep, Indiana.
We're going to have
3 booths.
I can come with you?
Yeah. We got to get the boys throwing again like we did last year.
Okay, let's do it. All right, we're gonna have more fun next year, so come on out next year to the ABCA. Rich and I, King of the Hill, Top Velocity. We'll have a big 3 booth. We'll be having fun. Actually, DA wants couches and like a little lounge section.
Whatever works. But hey, I got one thing to say: train the lower half first. Top Velocity, King of the Hill.
Yes. All right. See you on the next episode.
We them boys.